let's talk a little LeBron. He the other day said maybe 1 or 2 years. He's not playing until the wheels come off, which don't appear to be coming off anytime soon. Do we think it's 1 or 2 more years? What do you think?
I could go either way here. I think the health that he's in right now and the shape he's in, how he's still playing at such an elite level, this dude could play for another 5 years at the pace that he's at. He's had no, hasn't had that moment like these legends do towards the end of their career where they lose a step, and he's just as good as he was his first 5 years as he has been his last 5 years. So I could go that way, or I could also see him being a type of guy where like he doesn't want that time to come, so he might retire in 1 or 2 years just at the top of his game because mentally he doesn't want to take that step back. He doesn't want to play if he's not the best. So I could see it go other way. I think it'd be a shame because I think he still has so much more to give to this game, and you hear the stories about how much money and how much time and effort and energy he puts in the offseason to be able to do the stuff that we see every single day. Yeah. So I would like to see him play more. I'd like to see him, opportunity. There's rumors about his next son that he's going to play with. So that would, that's another motive for him to continue to stick around.
Does the next son like to fly United Airlines?
Yeah, I don't know, but listen, he's going to have so much opportunity business-wise after basketball too. He's going to do the Tom Brady thing. He's going to end up owning a team. He could do commentating. He owns the agency with Rich Paul. It's just the big, he's fine. So I think he's got a lot to look forward to after post-basketball, but he's too good right now.
Yeah, 1 or 2 years. It sounds crazy to say out loud, Lou, but then you watch him, that dunk, for example. You're like, I feel like we've got time.
This is the only thing he hadn't considered. Father Time is undefeated, and he's not making that decision. LeBron isn't. He's not going to be the person to make the decision. Trust me. One day he's going to wake up, and it's going to feel like somebody stole his Space Jam basketball, and he's just not going to have that step. I'll reference back to my last season with Kobe. Kobe started that season, wheels turning, ready to go, ready to put a playoff run together. In the first 10 games, his body didn't give him what it wanted him to give. He just didn't have that step. He didn't have that pop. And then his focus became different. His focus became, well, let me go ahead and announce this retirement and enjoy my retirement, enjoy receiving my flowers from everybody around the league. But mentally, he was all there. Mentally, he was ready to go. And I think, the same thing for LeBron. In a year or two, he's going to do all of the things that's necessary for him to play. He's going to take all the steps necessary to make sure he's healthy. And then before you know it, the game's just going to get faster, and he's going to feel it, So I'm down for him playing I would love to see him play until the wheels fall off. I know that's not what he wants to do, but I'm telling you, one day you're going to wake up and it's going to be the end of the road, and everything's going to change mentally.
It's crazy, too, because he's been extremely fortunate with no serious injuries. Knock on wood, he has been really blessed with his health. So it's when he's not showing any signs of slowing down, he's still arguably the Lakers' best player and the guy that's bringing the energy and taking charges and diving. You see the setback with, no offense to guys like Dirk, you could see the decline, right? You don't see any decline. You almost see him get better and wiser and, just a huge point guard floor general. He continues to have success and be so productive where I just don't even see it happening anytime soon. But
how much of that yearly $1.5 million or so that he talks about where he spends on his body, how much of that is a write-off? And if so, why are not more people doing this?
It's a write-off. You could write off.
You can write off. I mean, it's a work.
You can write off a car if it's over 6,000 pounds.
Yeah, some people have. I've seen that. That's called cheating, by the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wonder why more teams, more individuals don't implement the when you see someone aging well, you're like, what do you do?
What's interesting too, though? I'm surprised the team that he's on doesn't take care of most of that maintenance stuff, even throughout the off season and things like that. I remember when I went to Germany to do the Kobe injection thing. My team, the first 2 times, paid for that. They can provide you sort of benefits like that to kind of upkeep your training. They pay for you can negotiate that in your contract. You can negotiate courtside seats. You can negotiate you can negotiate anything. So I know he obviously has the money. He can afford it, but
other guys, I'm thinking, wouldn't you want to do exactly what LeBron James does now?
Yeah, but I feel like if I did that with my body and he did that with his body, I don't think it'd work the same.
Give it a shot, buddy.
He's a specimen.
He's special. It's 11 games. They're 7-4 right now, Chandler. The realistic expectations for the Lakers is what?
I can't put a second round of the playoffs or Western Conference Finals. I think they're a dangerous team that needs to continue to create an identity. They need to lock down the rotations. They need to keep developing Dalton Connect. He's shown flashes of brilliance where he is arguably their best shooter. But the main thing is health. I think Bron and AD, they have to play at an elite level. They have to be able to defend. They have to get some production. Like Gabe Vincent's been struggling early on. They need to get some stuff from their bench. D'Lo has kind of still, you see he doesn't really fit in with his role yet. So he's got to figure out when to go, when to be aggressive. His shot selection kind of been a thing in the news with JJ and him. So I think they just need to create that identity. And obviously Anthony Davis has got to continue to play at a top 5, top 10 level MVP talks for them to even have a chance.
Why wouldn't he?
Yeah, I was going to agree. Listen, I was going to agree with you, Chandler. AD is playing at an all-NBA first-team level right now, and I think that's worth a top 4 seed in the West alone. Just now, do they have some inconsistencies? Absolutely, but if you look around the league, it's a ton of teams that are having their inconsistencies and going through, you know, the rigors of the season, trying to find identity and trying to figure out ways to play. But if Anthony Davis can continue to play at the level he's playing, that alone is worth a top 4 seed.
Hold up.
To me.
Lou, are you saying top 4, like 1, 2, 3, 4?
That would be a huge success. If they get home court advantage, that is a big deal.
And I'm saying that because I'm looking at the West, everybody's inconsistent right now. And everybody doesn't have an Anthony Davis. Like we've always criticized him for not being consistent, not being just more aggressive on both ends of the floor. He's all of those things. And when he plays at that level, you can go all the way back to New Orleans. They were a top 4 team in the league until the wheels fell off. And that was on the back of him playing that game. Now, if he can continue to play at this level, if LeBron James at 40 years old can continue to play at that level, those two guys playing at elite levels alone, to me, represents at least a top 4 or 5 seed in the West.
Like I said, I think they're dangerous, but there's also teams I think that are better than them, like Minnesota, Dallas, that are struggling right now, that are going to figure it out. Memphis Grizzlies are going to be really good when they get healthy. There's certain teams that I think are taking a little bit longer. The Lakers had the same continuity, the same core as last year, so they have an advantage in the beginning of season where they don't have to go through that whole first date process. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Just chill.
So that I think to them is a credit to their hot start. Which other teams like the Knicks, it takes time for them to develop that chemistry.
Well, and it's funny you say that because the next 4 teams that we're about to talk about are all in the West and could very well be ahead of the Lakers, Lou. So I'm just keeping up with that top 4 thing that you said, and I'm going to come back to it for the rest of the season. But there's